Without Africans, French is a dead language. Why should Africans be forced to adopt a dead language? Why should Africans be given the burden of trying to keep a dead language alive? There are twice as many French speakers on the African continent than there are on the continent of Europe speaking French natively. Without the 140 plus million Africans who speak French, the language, is as useful as Latin. And half of those people actually live in one capital, in Kinshasa, the capital city of the DRC. So why should Africans be forced to adopt a dead language? We've all seen the viral video of the Ugandan presidential aspirant calling for the abolition of Swahili as Uganda's national language and the institution of French instead. This is what Emmanuel Macron is doing in East Africa as we speak. He was in Kenya, buddying it up with William Ruto. I think this presidential aspirant from Uganda, he is an agent of Emmanuel Macron. I have never heard a worse idea. Swahili used to be the language of the army in East and Central Africa for a long, long time. Ugandans, you don't speak Swahili enough. Actually, you need to improve. Don't listen to that man. Swahili is our unifying language. Swahili is already an official language of the African Union. It is a fully formed language. It is functional in business, in commerce, in our social life, in culture. I am not the person who will say that every African should speak Swahili. But when you pit Swahili up against a colonial language, you are completely losing. Swahili is a language that we can speak and have secrets among us as Africans. Swahili is a futuristic language, so are many African languages, because Africa is the future. African youth are the future, and these people know it. That is why they're putting these things in the ear of African presidential aspirants and African leaders. Right now, a French billionaire has bought MultiChoice. MultiChoice is the largest entertainment company in Africa, offering paid TV services. MultiChoice, based in South Africa. That French billionaire who's going to own it now, there's going to be social engineering to promote the French language and French culture. This is a language that gives Africans no access to the world. It is limiting. It is totally limiting. Swahili needs to be promoted over these other languages.
France's President Emmanuel Macron says that making Haiti, also known as Haiti, to pay for its independence was unjust. In 1825, just 2 decades after gaining its freedom, through a slave revolt which began the rebellion that trickled down into numerous other enslaved countries, Haiti was forced into a devastating agreement with France. In exchange for recognizing Haitian independence, France demanded the young nation pay a massive debt, 150 million gold francs, to compensate former French slaveholders for their losses, including enslaving people. But it didn't stop there. Haiti, unable to pay up front, had to borrow the money from French banks, creating a vicious cycle of debt that crippled its economy for more than a century. This so-called double debt wasn't fully paid off until 1947, draining resources from schools, infrastructure, and the Haitian people themselves. Fast forward to today, French President Emmanuel Macron just acknowledged this injustice, calling it a heavy price placed on a nation's freedom. On the 200th anniversary of that 1825 document, he announced a joint French-Haitian commission to examine their shared history. However, Macron stopped short of offering reparations, which many Haitians and global advocates say is long overdue. The question is, do you believe this could be the beginning for Haiti to get reimbursed for France's wrongdoings? Bow.
Without Africa and Haiti, French language is dead language. Can you imagine? My name is Lick. In today's video, we are going to talk about how Emmanuel Macron is now putting pressure on Haiti and Africa because French economy is collapsing. We got a more video like this. Remember that credit goes to the owner of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll come back with a comment. Let's get into it.
When I thought I had seen peak caucasity, here comes Macron. The current and soon to be gone president of France, Emmanuel Macron, has stated, and quote, "I think that African leaders forgot to thank us, but that's okay. It'll come with time. Ingratitude, and I know what I'm talking about, is a disease that cannot be transmitted to humans." Sir, are we hearing you correctly? You know, my French is not good, just by working at a French startup before. Thank y'all for colonization. Thank y'all. Wow. Caucasity really knows no bounds. What Macron is actually not saying is the reason why he's throwing a hissy fit. He's throwing a hissy fit because former colonies in Central and West Africa are now finally having the ability to be like, hello, please leave us alone. I believe it's about 2 weeks ago, the Ivory Coast kicked out the French military out of their country. Senegal recently changed their national language back to Wolof. Mali kicked the French out in the past 6 months as well. And as quiet as it's kept, France and their economy has only been sustained the past 20 to 30 years because of the CAF, the Central African franc, which France forced upon these Central and West African countries, and the fact that France controlled all of their national banks. Yes, France acted as a nanny state, and not only did they control their banks, they also forced these countries, when they granted them independence in the 60s, they forced these countries to sign contracts that stated, hey, you want to build a port? Lovely. You're going to have to use French companies and French machinery. Let's embrace seriousness. Who is buying machinery from the French? The French are known for lots of things. Wine specifically, cheese. The Sancerre, excellent. Great wine. The French are not exporting good machinery. Let's be serious. I would go on a limb to say the French are probably buying German machinery because, you know, they're known for building things. The French are also not known for labor. People have rarely questioned how France socially as a country and societally, they have been afforded this idea of luxury, laissez-faire, 6 to 8 week federally mandated vacation. It is literally off the backs of we the blacks. Specifically, Haiti has had to pay reparations to France for daring to be free. Yes, since the 1800s, billions of dollars. Central and West African countries that I named as well have been paying money to France. Without these countries, France will cease to exist in the colonial power way that they feel like they still exist. Yeah, labor is finding y'all. And you know what? It's about time. It's about time the 2-hour lunches cease. It's about time y'all get to working. It is about time that y'all stop depending on everyone else to do free labor for you. So, you know, I think that it's very likely we will see the fall of the French Empire in our lifetime. I give them max 30 years, especially, and I'm hoping that the West and Central African countries keep on this path of getting final and true freedom.
It's really crazy how President of France, Emmanuel Macron, said that Haiti need to pay something so that they can be free. Oh, which means you know that you never leave them alone since the day they claim that they have independence. You know, this is the proof, show us that even though most of the country claim that they have independence are not free. So, as I always say that Africans or black community where you are, you should stand for yourselves because that country will never leave you alone. It's really crazy how someone was running for presidential in Uganda said that you should ban Swahili so that we should start teaching our kids French language. Can you imagine? Because you get something from that guy. I couldn't see anyone from Uganda who need to learn French language because it might be difficult for you guys. You never learn French. You don't know how it's really very tough. And you should know that French is the language. No one needs to start that language. France know that in Africa when they stop teaching French language, no one needs to start that language. In coming 50 years, French language will be no more in Africa continent. That's why starting giving someone promises when you teach your kids the French language, I'll give you this. Guys, I still have another one. Let's watch it. I'll come back with a comment.
French President Macron just commemorated the 175th anniversary of the abolition of slavery in France, and he did so by honoring Toussaint Louverture, one of the founding fathers of Haiti's independence. It's appropriate to honor this Haitian hero on such an important day. Toussaint is a universal symbol of Black freedom and liberty, but Macron is receiving a lot of backlash, a lot of pushback, because he referred to Toussaint as a French hero. Macron even said that Toussaint belongs to the world and not just to France. Here's my take. Macron should tread lightly. Yes, Toussaint pledged allegiance to France. He fought under the French flag, but so did Dessalines and Christophe and Pétion and Boyer. But we wouldn't refer to these men as French heroes. Here's the major difference. Toussaint didn't get the opportunity to see a free Haiti. He didn't get the opportunity to pledge allegiance to Haiti, and that's all because of the cruelty of France. Under the leadership of Napoleon, Toussaint was tricked, kidnapped, and then shipped off to France to be imprisoned in a dungeon far off in the mountains. And this is all because Toussaint switched sides. He was fighting against France in order to abolish slavery forever in Saint-Domingue. Because of France, Toussaint died alone, freezing in a small prison cell just months before Haiti declared independence. And this was a slow death. Toussaint suffered greatly with constant fevers, stomach aches, vomiting, loss of appetite, and an inflammation of his entire body. Toussaint's final letters reveal that the psychological suffering, missing his family, was arguably more unbearable than the physical torture. This doesn't sound like a French hero. Toussaint died a prisoner of France, but the leader of the Haitian people. If France wants to honor Toussaint, honor his people by paying Haiti back the $21 billion France forced Haiti to pay 20 years after we gained our independence in order for us to maintain our independence. If France wants to commemorate the abolition of slavery, help us fight against the lingering effects, the crippling effects of being enslaved by your ancestors. Pay Haiti back the $21 billion debt. If France wants to reconcile the France of today with the shadows of its past, do right by Haiti.
The French president wanted to attend the BRICS summit in South Africa. Why did you not invite him?
We didn't think that there was really a theme or place for him in our deliberations, and we had a great deal of business to get through. The interest came rather late, and the members, fortunately, of BRICS, our practice is we decide matters on consensus. So the chair, President Ramaphosa, consulted all his colleagues, and there wasn't any sense that all five wished to have the President of France there.
Why always President of France need to be involved with something which is not even concern his country? France is not part of BRICS, but he need to be in their meeting because he need to distract them. He need to do something really, like to know what they are talking about so that he can betray the BRICS organization, because they know when they combine their power, they are going to bring something really big that will even take down US dollars and euros, because they are planning to create their own currency for those countries who are in BRICS. They are planning to do business together as a country. But President of France needs to be involved in that meeting. How come you are not part of that organization and you need to be in that meeting? Why always France need to be involved with someone else's business? But Africa say enough is enough. No more colonization. We need to be free totally. Not to be free in the paper. We need to be free in what we do, our everyday activity as Africans. Guys, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you like it. Comment, subscribe. See you on another one. I love you guys.